The BRICS Summit begins tomorrow. Several heads of state have been arriving in the country for the three-day summit. Brazilian President Lula da Silva landed in South Africa this morning for the conference that is set to explore the bloc's expansion. President Cyril Ramaphosa is in support of the inclusion of more countries. Let's take you to our senior reporter Siphamandla Goge now, who joins us for more details. And Sipha, of course, you were at that parade by the Police Minister Bheki Cele in terms of the state of readiness when it comes to security. 50 heads of state. Does Cele say that police are ready for tomorrow?
Indeed, there was no way he was going to address this parade and say his forces are not ready. All law enforcement agencies, a different number of units from various law enforcement agencies, including the South African National Defence Force, the Metro Police, emergency services, all of them are on standby to ensure that this BRICS Summit is a success, and not only to make sure that it's a safe and secure summit, but that there is no criminality that happens during and after the period of this summit. Of course, he also addressed the issue whereby police officers have been criticized to say, well, they are putting out all these resources in ensuring that there is a safe hosting and successful hosting of the BRICS Summit, but on a daily basis South Africans are under siege from dangerous criminals that violate and murder them every day, with the latest crime statistics painting a disturbing picture, even though the minister is adamant that there are positives to be taken out of that. It appears as if they are winning this war or fight against criminals, but he says it's a long way to go to ensure that violent crime is reduced in South Africa. But he's hopeful that his forces will be able to pull this one off. He says it's not something new. They were able to demonstrate before with other high-profile events that the country has hosted, including the Soccer World Cup in 2010. So he says this is not something new. They've done it before. They will do it again. He urged his police officers to say they must ensure that they enforce the law. They must be friendly, assist delegates and everyone who needs help, but lawbreakers and criminals must be dealt with harshly. There are more than 50 heads of states. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, according to Police Minister, 54 heads of states will be coming to South Africa. A number of them have arrived, including those who are invited guests who are not members of BRICS. But in terms of BRICS membership, the president of Brazil, Lula, has arrived in South Africa this evening. We expect the arrival of the president of the People's Republic of China, that is Xi Jinping. He will be received by the president of the Republic of South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa. Remember that tomorrow the president of the People's Republic of China will start his state visit to South Africa before joining other BRICS partners. Let's take a listen to President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday night saying what are the benefits of being in a BRICS bloc for South Africa.
South Africa has always championed the interests of Africa within BRICS. To further advance the African development agenda, more than 30 heads of state and government from across our continent will be attending the summit at our invitation. We want to build a partnership between BRICS and Africa so that our continent can unlock opportunities for increased trade, investment, and infrastructure development. There are great opportunities for other BRICS countries to participate in the African Continental Free Trade Area by locating production and services in various countries on our continent, including our own, by partnering with local companies and local entrepreneurs.
And Sipha, what did he say about other member states, showing interest in joining the bloc? I mean, we're hearing about Argentina and Iran, etc. What did he say about that?
South Africa's position is that the country supports the expansion of BRICS membership. There are a number of countries that have shown interest. This is a growing economic bloc, even though many people mistaken it for being a political bloc, a political setup. But initially the concept of BRICS was to look for those alternative economies that appear to be emerging and doing well globally. Hence, you had this concept about the formation of BRIC back then, which, of course, South Africa joined. It became BRICS. So the President of the Republic of South Africa says South Africa supports the expansion of BRICS because they would like to invite and accept, like-minded countries who share similar values, principles, and direction in terms of economic growth, development, but most importantly, many people see this bloc as the alternative, which will, in a way, challenge the global status quo in terms of politics, in terms of global economy. So a number of countries have shown interest. At the center of what is happening is about trade and investment, but we can't take away the fact that this is global politics at play here. So a number of Western countries, European Union, are not represented here. Some of them had asked to be invited, but it would seem that South Africa as a host decided to exercise her right to say we are going to invite many African countries because we want to align South Africa's membership of BRICS to be beneficial to Africa as a whole, the issue of Africa continental trade, but also most importantly to ensure that there is alignment with the African Union and member states in Africa in terms of BRICS and the opportunities that are there. So South Africa is open to the idea of many countries joining BRICS and for the bloc to expand. That will make it a force to be reckoned with. The New York Times reporting that there are even calls for or by the People's Republic of China to push for BRICS to be one of those institutions and blocs that will go toe-to-toe with a group of 7 countries, powerful countries. So you get a sense that as much as they will be discussing a number of issues in terms of trade, investment, development, infrastructure, cooperation, but they will also be looking at how to expand this bloc and make them a powerful bloc globally, which will challenge the status quo. Please take a listen to President Ramaphosa.
More than 20 countries from around the world have formally applied to join BRICS, and several others have expressed an interest in becoming part of the BRICS family. South Africa supports the expansion of the membership of BRICS. The value of BRICS extends beyond the interests of its current members. For its efforts to be effective, BRICS needs to build partnerships with other countries that share its aspirations and perspectives. An expanded BRICS will represent a diverse group of nations with different political systems that share a common desire to have a more balanced global order.
All right, senior reporter Siphamandla Goge, let's leave it there for now.